Some stories begin with a single letter, a simple question, a moment when someone chooses courage over silence. Tonight, we journey into the true story of Samantha Smith, an ordinary American girl whose voice crossed oceans, softened the tension of the Cold War, and reminded two superpowers what peace might look like through the heart of a child. Take a slow breath. Settle in. And let's begin. The early 1980s were a time when the world felt split in half, the United States on one side, the Soviet Union on the other. Nuclear weapons, political threats, and headlines filled with fear. Most adults felt powerless. Most children didn't understand what was happening. But one 10-year-old girl in Maine looked at all this and asked the question no world leader dared to ask aloud. Why does it have to be this way? Her name was Samantha Smith. She wasn't famous. She wasn't the child of any politician or diplomat. She was simply a curious, thoughtful girl who watched the same frightening news everyone else did, and refused to accept that fear should be normal. One evening, after watching a TV report about rising tensions, Samantha turned to her mother and asked, "If people are so scared of the Soviet Union, why don't we just ask them what they want?" Her mother smiled, half amused, half thoughtful. "Well, if you're that curious, why not write a letter?" So Samantha did. Her handwriting was small and neat. Her voice was honest, direct, and beautifully simple. She addressed the letter to Yuri Andropov, the leader of the Soviet Union. And the message she wrote was this: "Dear Mr. Andropov, I have been worrying about Russia and the United States getting into a nuclear war. Are you going to start a war? Please tell me how we can stop this." She signed it, Samantha Smith, age 10. Her mother mailed the letter, expecting nothing. Life went on. Food, homework, playing with friends. Samantha soon forgot the letter even existed. Until one morning, a thick envelope appeared in her family's mailbox, stamped with the official seal of the Soviet Union. The leader of one of the most powerful countries in the world had written back. Not with a short, polite sentence. Not with a diplomatic formality. But with a long, warm, thoughtful response. Andropov assured her that the Soviet Union did not want war. He wrote about peace, about dreams children share, about the hope that nations could understand one another. And then, astonishingly, he invited her to visit his country, to see it with her own eyes. News of the exchange spread like wildfire. A 10-year-old American girl had opened a conversation the world desperately needed. That summer, in 1983, Samantha and her parents boarded a plane and crossed into a world few Americans had ever visited. Most adults in her position would have been terrified. Samantha wasn't. She gazed out the window, smiling softly, unaware of just how historic her journey would become. When she stepped off the plane, she wasn't greeted with suspicion or hostility. She was greeted with flowers, with children waving signs, with teachers holding hand-painted banners, with reporters pushing forward, trying to capture every moment. They didn't see an enemy in her. They saw hope. Samantha spent her days visiting schools, summer camps, museums, and historic landmarks. But what stayed with her most deeply were the children. Kids her age with the same bright eyes and same shy laughter. They exchanged small gifts. They asked her questions about America. They played games, sang songs, and giggled at the same silly things children everywhere find funny. Later, Samantha shared her realization with the world. They're just like us. They want to live. They want to grow up. They want peace. It was a simple truth. But in a world that had forgotten simplicity, her words felt powerful. When Samantha returned home, she wasn't just a girl from Maine anymore. She had become a symbol of dialogue, of innocence, of what humanity can be when we listen instead of fear. She appeared on talk shows, spoke at events, and became a young ambassador for peace. Yet she stayed grounded, humble, and sincere. Even as opportunities came, television roles, interviews, invitations, she carried the same message. If we're brave enough to talk to each other, we don't need to be afraid of each other. But history can be cruel, even to the kindest among us. On August 25, 1985, Samantha was flying home from filming a TV program with her father. The small commuter plane took off as usual. But heavy fog, poor visibility, and a tragic error in landing brought the aircraft down just short of the runway. The crash took the lives of everyone on board. Samantha was only 13. News of her death swept across the world like a cold, sudden shock. Leaders from both the United States and the Soviet Union expressed grief. Children from both nations wrote letters, lit candles, and cried for the girl who had dared to ask for peace when no one else would. Her life was short, heartbreakingly short, but her message didn't end with her. Schools were named after her. Statues were built in her memory, almost always portraying her as she truly was, a child holding a dove. Writers, teachers, activists, and ordinary people continued to share her story. And with each generation that discovers her letter, the same realization blooms again. If a 10-year-old girl could soften the Cold War even for a moment, what might we be able to change today? Samantha Smith never set out to be a hero. She didn't plan to become a symbol. She simply asked a question that adults were too afraid to speak. Her courage reminds us that peace isn't created by governments alone. It's shaped by voices brave enough to reach out, to listen, and to trust in our shared humanity. As we close this story, I invite you to remember her message, one that still holds power today. We all want the same things. We want to live, to grow, and to build a peaceful world together. A letter from a child once melted the ice of the Cold War. And maybe, just maybe, it can melt a little of our world today. Thank you for listening.